7. Everyday habits that seem harmless but trigger leg cramps in older adults. Leg cramps are a common issue among older adults, especially at night or after light physical activity such as walking, standing for extended periods, or even simply stretching the legs while lying down. These sudden, sharp muscle contractions can jolt a person awake in the middle of the night, leave them sweating from trying to massage away the pain, and cause lingering soreness that lasts the entire day. What's concerning is that the root cause of leg cramps doesn't always stem from underlying health conditions or mineral deficiencies. In many cases, they arise from seemingly harmless daily habits, small routines that many older adults consider completely safe. With the goal of helping seniors improve both their leg health and sleep quality, this article will uncover 7 everyday habits that may appear innocent but silently contribute to persistent leg cramps. By simply identifying and adjusting these habits, you can say goodbye to painful spasms and welcome more restful, uninterrupted nights. 1. Drinking too little water during the day, a silent habit that leads to nighttime mineral loss and leg cramps. In daily life, many older adults tend to drink very little water. Some avoid it to prevent nighttime urination, others dislike having to get up frequently, and some simply don't feel thirsty and forget to drink. However, from a medical standpoint, this is one of the most silent yet serious causes of leg cramps, especially at night when blood circulation and muscle recovery are at their weakest. Water makes up more than half of the body's weight and plays a vital role in maintaining circulation, nerve function, muscle activity, and electrolyte balance. When the body is dehydrated, the blood becomes thicker and circulation slows down, particularly in the lower limbs such as the feet and calves. As a result, the muscles in the legs receive less oxygen and nutrients, making them more prone to irritation and involuntary contraction. Moreover, water is the medium that transports essential minerals like potassium, magnesium, and sodium, key players in stable muscle function. Without adequate water, these minerals cannot effectively reach their destination, leaving muscles hypersensitive and prone to cramping, especially during sleep, when circulation slows, reflexes dull, and the body is inactive. What's concerning is that older adults often don't feel thirst as clearly as younger people. This puts them at constant risk of dehydration without realizing it, leading to chronic cramps, insomnia, and daytime fatigue. According to a study published in the Journal of Geriatrics, over 70% of elderly individuals who suffer from nighttime leg cramps consume less than 1 liter of water per day, even though the minimum recommended intake ranges from 1.5 to 2 liters, depending on body type and weather conditions. Solutions: divide water intake into smaller portions, 100 to 150 milliliters each time, consistently throughout the day. Eat water-rich foods such as vegetables, soups, and brothy porridges. Avoid drinking water after 6 p.m. if worried about nighttime urination. Focus hydration earlier in the day. Keep a water bottle nearby, next to the bed or favorite sitting spot, as a reminder. Monitor urine color. Dark yellow indicates dehydration. Maintaining proper hydration not only supports overall health and improves skin tone, but it is also one of the most natural ways to prevent leg cramps, especially in the lower limbs where circulation tends to weaken with age. Sometimes, just one timely glass of water can act as a remedy that helps seniors sleep better, ease leg pain, and enjoy a calmer, more comfortable day. 2. Skipping pre-bed movement or stretching, a habit that leaves leg muscles tight and prone to nighttime cramps. After a long day, many older adults head to bed early for rest. While going to bed early and maintaining a regular routine is generally a positive habit, doing so without any light activity or gentle stretching beforehand can turn this complete stillness into a hidden trigger for painful leg cramps during deep sleep. As part of the natural aging process, muscles in the elderly, especially those in the calves, ankles, and soles, tend to lose their original flexibility and elasticity. Muscle fibers gradually shorten and become stiffer. When they're not moved or stretched regularly, they tighten up, receive less blood flow, and lack proper nourishment. During sleep, when circulation slows, these undernourished muscle tissues can become oxygen deprived. This creates ideal conditions for abnormal muscle contractions, leading to sudden cramps. Moreover, skipping pre-bed movement means the nerves that control muscle function miss the chance to be gently stimulated or warmed up. While the parasympathetic nervous system induces relaxation during sleep, if the muscles haven't been loosened, even minor triggers like a foot stretch or a position shift can cause them to snap tight, initiating a painful cramp. Studies show that older adults who perform light stretches or leg movements before bed are significantly less likely to experience cramps than those who go straight to bed after sitting still. A study published in Sleep Medicine revealed that people who did light stretching for just 5 minutes before sleep reduced their risk of nighttime leg cramps by up to 68%. Here are some simple exercises seniors can try each night. Sit with legs extended. Wrap a towel around the ball of the foot and gently pull toward the body, holding for 20 to 30 seconds on each side. Stand on tiptoe and slowly lower the heels, repeating 10 to 15 times. Rotate the ankles in circular motions, 10 to 20 times in each direction to boost circulation. Walk slowly around the house for 3 to 5 minutes before heading to bed. Additionally, massaging the legs with warm oil or applying a warm compress to the calves or soles can relax muscles and improve local blood flow. For those with cold feet at night, wearing light socks to bed helps retain heat and effectively prevent muscle contractions. Many older adults believe the less movement, the better the sleep, but in reality, not moving before bedtime leaves the body unprepared for deep sleep. Poor circulation, sluggish neural responses, and tightened muscles make the legs feel like drawn strings. A small unconscious movement during sleep can trigger intense calf or foot cramps that abruptly interrupt restful slumber. So don't forget to spend a few minutes each evening letting your body unwind. Gentle stretches and movements are a simple yet powerful remedy to keep an elderly person's muscles from seizing up unexpectedly at night, ensuring better sleep and a more refreshed body each day. 3. Sitting or lying in one position too long. What feels like rest can actually stiffen legs, restrict blood flow, and trigger sudden cramps. For many older adults, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, watching a long-running TV drama, knitting, or reading the newspaper is a familiar and comforting way to relax. However, staying in one position for too long, whether sitting or lying down, can quietly pose serious risks to leg health, particularly by triggering cramps in the calves and feet. When sitting for extended periods, especially with knees bent, legs crossed, or sitting on the floor, blood vessels in the thighs and calves can become compressed. This impairs blood flow from the heart to the legs and back, meaning the muscles don't receive enough oxygen or nutrients. At the same time, waste products like lactic acid are not flushed out efficiently. The buildup of lactic acid is a well-known trigger for muscle contractions, often resulting in sudden cramps. With aging, the circulatory system weakens, blood vessels become less elastic, the heart pumps less efficiently, and nerve reflexes slow down. This means that even without noticing, older adults are more likely to experience localized blood flow deficiency in the lower limbs after sitting or lying still for too long. Many don't realize it until they stand up abruptly and are struck by a painful calf cramp that forces them to grab a wall for support or sit down immediately. The same applies to lying still in one position, such as on one side throughout the night or keeping legs in a fixed angle. Muscle groups that are lightly but constantly compressed lose elasticity. When you suddenly shift position after hours of immobility, muscles that haven't been warmed up are suddenly forced to move, resulting in a strong contraction. That's why nighttime cramps often happen unconsciously during the middle of the night. Furthermore, prolonged sitting makes joints, especially the knees and ankles, temporarily immobilized, while tendons and ligaments stiffen and lose flexibility. Standing up too quickly can send the surrounding muscles, tendons, and nerves into a chaotic adjustment mode, causing protective muscle tightening, leading to unpredictable cramps. A study by the International Geriatrics Association found that seniors who changed position every 30 to 45 minutes had 54% fewer cramps than those who sat in one spot for more than 3 hours at a time. This proves that even a small behavioral adjustment can have a significant impact on neuromuscular health in the elderly. Simple but practical advice. If watching TV, reading, or knitting Set a timer every 30-45 minutes as a reminder to stand up, walk a few steps, or stretch your legs. Do simple movements in place, like ankle flexes, circular rotations, or tiptoe raises to keep blood flowing steadily. Avoid sitting with knees bent for too long. Use a low footrest or elevate the legs slightly to reduce pressure on blood vessels. When lying down during the day, avoid staying in one position for too long. If napping, place a pillow under the calves or shift sides every 15 to 20 minutes. Don't let your muscles freeze up under the false comfort of stillness. Older bodies benefit from gentle, consistent movement to promote circulation, flush out waste, and maintain neuromuscular coordination. A few steps around the house or a timely leg stretch can be all it takes to boost blood flow, lighten the legs, and keep those dreaded cramps away. 4. Poor mineral intake, the silent oversight that weakens leg control and triggers severe cramps. As people age, many seniors tend to simplify their diets, sometimes to the point of being overly frugal. Some avoid certain foods due to chronic conditions, others reduce seasoning because of digestive issues, and some lose interest in meat or dairy due to weaker digestion. While these choices may seem reasonable, if not offset with other mineral-rich foods, they can quietly lead to deficiencies, one of the leading causes of persistent leg cramps, especially at night. 3 essential minerals play a central role in neuromuscular function: potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These minerals act like 3 pillars supporting smooth, rhythmic muscle contractions and proper reflex responses. When one or more of these are lacking, muscles become irritable and hypersensitive, easily triggered by the slightest movements, such as changing sleep positions, stretching the legs, or even brushing against a blanket. Potassium maintains the resting membrane potential in muscle cells. It functions like a stability switch, ensuring that muscles only contract when necessary. Without enough potassium, electrical signals become erratic, resulting in sudden muscle contractions. That's why people who don't eat enough fresh vegetables and fruits, like bananas, avocados, or sweet potatoes, often experience cramps despite seemingly eating enough. Magnesium is the body's natural relaxant. While calcium triggers muscle contraction, magnesium tells the muscle fibers to relax afterward. A magnesium deficiency means that muscles contract but don't release, leading to prolonged cramping and sharp pain. Unfortunately, many older adults don't supplement magnesium properly and often take diuretics, which further deplete magnesium through urine without their knowledge. Calcium, best known for its role in bone health, is also crucial for transmitting nerve signals to muscles. A lack of calcium can disrupt these signals, making muscle responses erratic and unpredictable. Calcium also promotes smooth muscle contractions, supports deeper sleep, and reduces muscle fatigue. A survey by the National Institute of Nutrition in Vietnam found that over 80% of people over 60 fail to meet daily mineral requirements, especially for potassium and magnesium. This deficiency not only weakens muscles, but also disrupts coordination between the nervous and muscular systems, increasing the risk of cramps, numbness, and chronic fatigue. Practical solutions for seniors: increase greens like spinach, amaranth, sweet potato leaves, and Malabar spinach, all rich in potassium and magnesium. Eat naturally ripened fruits such as bananas, avocados, papayas, and watermelon to boost potassium. Get calcium from unsweetened milk, plant-based milks, soft-cooked small fish with bones, dried shrimp, and tiny prawns. Snack on mineral-rich seeds like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and chia seeds for extra magnesium. Drink light mineral water, avoiding sodas or heavily processed bottled drinks. Get regular blood tests to monitor electrolytes, especially if taking diuretics, corticosteroids, or with a history of osteoporosis or cardiovascular issues. Supplementing minerals doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be consistent and appropriate. Most importantly, seniors should understand that leg cramps are not a normal part of aging. They are often preventable with smart dietary adjustments. A balanced meal with vegetables, fruits, dairy, and seeds is a true gift to one's muscular health, restful sleep, and peace of mind. When the body has enough mineral fuel, the legs feel lighter, the nights more restful, and every morning's step more confident. 5. Cold showers or cold feet during sleep. A cool habit that triggers nighttime muscle cramps. Many older adults maintain the habit of taking cold showers, rinsing their feet with cool water, or sleeping without socks or blankets. Some find cold water refreshing and soothing. Others worry that hot showers might cause dizziness, and some simply prefer the chill of a cool bedroom. While these routines might seem harmless, they can be significant triggers for painful leg cramps, especially in aging bodies that are more vulnerable to temperature changes. Physiologically, exposure to cold causes the body to constrict peripheral blood vessels to preserve warmth for vital organs like the heart, liver, lungs, and brain. As a result, blood flow to the lower limbs, particularly the feet, ankles, and calves, decreases significantly. These areas already have poor circulation in many seniors. When muscle tissues are deprived of oxygen and nutrients, they become prone to sudden, uncontrolled contractions, resulting in intense nighttime cramps. Another concern is that older adults often lose sensitivity to mild cold due to weakened sensory nerves. They may not notice that their feet are cold while sleeping until they're jolted awake by severe muscle cramps. In fact, many seniors don't realize they've gone to bed without socks, left their feet uncovered, or allowed air conditioning or fans to blow directly on their legs all night. Furthermore, taking cold showers in the late afternoon or evening, a common habit, lowers the body's core temperature, causing prolonged vasoconstriction. Seniors already sweat less and have a reduced ability to regulate body heat. As a result, muscles may stay cold and tense for hours, making them more susceptible to stiffness, fatigue, and cramping afterward. A 2021 study by the Korean Geriatric Medical Association found that over 68% of seniors who experienced recurring nighttime leg cramps had a routine of sleeping with cold feet or taking cold showers in the evening. Meanwhile, those who used warm compresses, wore socks to bed, or soaked their feet in warm water reported significantly fewer cramps. During cold seasons, or even in air-conditioned bedrooms, feet are often the first to lose heat. Positioned far from the heart and close to the floor, they are especially vulnerable. Cold feet result in poor circulation and disrupted muscle reflexes, creating perfect conditions for cramps to strike. To prevent cold-induced cramps, seniors should avoid cold showers in the evening, opt for warm water around 35 to 40 Celsius, shower quickly and dry off immediately, soak feet in warm water with salt or ginger for 10 to 15 minutes before bed to improve local circulation. Wear thin socks to bed, especially when using air conditioning or during colder weather. Avoid direct exposure of the feet to air conditioning or fans. Use a light blanket to cover your feet. Use a warm compress or hot water bottle on the soles or calves if your feet tend to feel cold at night. Don't let sleeping cool or cold showers for refreshment turn into a painful nighttime cramp that breaks your sleep. For seniors, keeping the feet warm is key to maintaining blood flow, relaxing muscles, and keeping the nervous system in balance. Just by warming your feet properly each night, you may notice profound differences. Deeper sleep, fewer midnight awakenings, lighter legs in the morning, and above all, better cardiovascular, circulatory, and neuromuscular health in a safe, natural way. 6. Drinking alcohol, coffee, or strong tea in the evening, a habit that disrupts sleep, depletes minerals, and triggers nighttime cramps. For many older adults, an evening glass of wine to sleep better, a strong cup of tea to aid digestion, or a small coffee for a bit of energy at night may seem like harmless routines, sometimes cherished parts of their daily lives. However, behind these familiar sips lie subtle but powerful physiological effects that impact the nervous system, muscle function, blood circulation, and especially sleep quality. In many cases, these seemingly harmless drinks act as hidden triggers for leg cramps that strike in the middle of the night. Let's begin with caffeine, the active ingredient in tea and coffee, which stimulates the central nervous system. When consumed in the evening, caffeine not only increases alertness, but prolongs nervous system stimulation, delaying the body's ability to fall into deep sleep. For seniors, whose sleep is already lighter and more fragmented, drinking coffee or strong tea after 3 p.m. almost guarantees disruption to the sleep cycle. Without restorative sleep, muscles are not given the chance to repair and recover, which increases the risk of muscle control loss and painful nighttime cramps. Caffeine also has a mild diuretic effect, increasing urine output and leading to a gradual loss of key minerals such as potassium, magnesium, and calcium. When these minerals are depleted, especially in the evening, just as the body is winding down, muscle tissues, particularly in the legs where circulation is already weaker, become overly sensitive and prone to sudden cramping. Alcohol, including wine and beer, is no safer. Ethanol, its active component, suppresses the central nervous system, creating what feels like deep sleep but is actually false rest that lacks quality and continuity. Alcohol initially dilates blood vessels but then causes rebound constriction, reducing blood flow to the lower limbs. As a result, leg muscles receive less oxygen, increasing the likelihood of spontaneous cramps. Alcohol also promotes fluid loss through urination, leading to mild but prolonged dehydration, an ideal condition for nighttime muscle spasms. Some seniors continue drinking homemade infusions like herbal wine, garlic wine, or ginger wine, hoping to improve circulation or strengthen the kidneys. But if taken at the wrong time, in incorrect amounts, or without medical supervision, these drinks can still cause mineral loss, disrupt neuromuscular balance, and worsen pain, cramps, and insomnia. A 2020 study in the Journal of Sleep and Aging reported that seniors who consumed caffeine after 4 p.m. or alcohol in the evening were 2.4 times more likely to experience nighttime cramps than those who didn't. The risk was even higher among those with conditions like hypertension, diabetes, peripheral neuropathy, or those on diuretics. To prevent cramps, older adults should avoid coffee and strong tea after 2 p.m., opt for non-caffeinated herbal teas like chamomile, ginger, or artichoke tea. Refrain from drinking alcohol in the evening, especially after 6 p.m. If needed, drink a small amount during the day, no more than 1 to 2 times per week. Always drink 1 to 2 glasses of water after consuming caffeine or alcohol to rehydrate and replace lost electrolytes. Replace nighttime coffee or wine with safer options like warm unsweetened milk, diluted fruit juice, or warm water with a little honey if not diabetic. Remember that in seniors, even a small amount of caffeine can remain active in the body for 6 to 8 hours. A simple drinking habit, if mistimed or overdone, can become the spark that ignites serious biological disruptions, especially in aging bodies. Don't let an evening cup of tea or a shot of liquor become the reason for broken sleep and morning leg pain. Protect your sleep and your legs by choosing your evening drinks wisely. 7. Ignoring muscle cramps and not identifying the cause. A silent oversight that turns minor spasms into serious health risks for seniors. In daily life, many older adults experience leg cramps, but often dismiss them as just a normal part of aging. A painful spasm lasting a few minutes at night that fades after massaging or changing positions is rarely taken seriously or recorded. However, this very lack of attention can be dangerous, as what appears to be a fleeting episode could actually be an early warning sign from the body. Ignoring it may lead to serious consequences affecting mobility, health, and overall quality of life. Leg cramps are not simply momentary muscle contractions. They reflect a chain of underlying biological disturbances, ranging from electrolyte imbalance, mineral deficiencies, poor oxygen supply, to the muscles, impaired blood circulation, to nerve dysfunction, or the effects of chronic diseases. When these abnormal responses recur without identifying their root cause, the body falls into a cycle. Pain, poor sleep, fatigue, reduced mobility, increased risk of injury. What's concerning is that many seniors learn to live with cramps, assuming it's just part of getting older. They don't monitor the frequency, pay attention to accompanying symptoms, discuss it with family, or seek medical advice when needed. By the time cramps become frequent, spread from the calves to thighs or even arms, or start interfering with daily activities, the issue may have already progressed significantly. Recurring cramps not only cause sleep disturbances and lingering soreness, but may be early signs of underlying conditions such as peripheral neuropathy caused by diabetes, vitamin B1/B12 deficiency, or spinal degeneration, cervical or lumbar. Circulatory disorders like chronic venous insufficiency or peripheral artery disease. Calcium-magnesium-potassium imbalances due to thyroid-parathyroid dysfunction or vitamin D deficiency. Side effects from medications like diuretics, antihypertensives, corticosteroids, muscle relaxants, or cholesterol-lowering drugs. declining liver or kidney function, affecting electrolyte regulation. A Harvard Medical School study revealed that among people over 65 who experienced nighttime cramps more than 3 times per week, 42% were later diagnosed with neurological or endocrine abnormalities, issues they were previously unaware of. This highlights how ignoring cramps often means missing an opportunity to detect early-stage disease, when simple lifestyle changes or non-invasive treatment could be highly effective. How to avoid overlooking the warning signs and detect root causes early. Keep a cramp journal. Note the time of occurrence, location, pain intensity, whether it spreads, and if there's numbness, fatigue, or dull aches. Track weekly frequency. More than 3 episodes per week should prompt a visit to your doctor. Schedule regular checkups, blood tests for potassium, magnesium, calcium levels, liver and kidney function, vascular health in the legs, and peripheral nerve function. Review current medications. Inform your doctor about all medications you're taking so dosages can be adjusted if needed. Avoid self-prescribing supplements. Taking mineral supplements without medical guidance can strain the kidneys or cause opposite imbalances. Being observant and proactive not only helps manage cramps more effectively, but can also open a window to early diagnosis of serious medical conditions, ultimately improving quality of life, physical independence, and overall wellness for older adults. Conclusion: caring for your legs is caring for your whole life in old age. Old age shouldn't be marked by sleepless nights, sudden cramps that jolt you awake in the middle of the night, or heavy, aching legs and feet each morning. Growing old can and should be a time of peace and lightness if we know how to take care of ourselves, starting with the smallest things. The 7 seemingly harmless habits outlined in this article, from drinking too little water, skipping bedtime stretches, sitting in one position too long, and lacking essential minerals, to keeping your feet cold, consuming caffeine at the wrong time, or ignoring muscle cramps, may appear unconnected at first. But together, they paint a complete picture of neuromuscular and circulatory health in older adults. The good news is, every habit can be adjusted. By simply starting to pay attention, taking note, and making small, consistent changes in your daily routine, your legs will feel lighter, your sleep deeper, and your spirits brighter and healthier. Your legs are not only what support your body, they represent vitality, independence, and freedom. Keeping your legs cramp-free and pain-free means preserving your strength, confidence, and happiness in old age. So start today with a glass of water at the right time, a gentle stretch before bed, a pair of warm socks for your feet, and a regular checkup to stay on top of your health.